when I arrived in Salvador, at Rua do Tijolo. Number 2. I woke up itchy, very itchy all over my body. And I turned on the light. When I turned on the light, there were so many cockroaches. Cockroaches everywhere.
I heard a word and it really affected me because it was exactly what was happening to me. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. And I was exactly like that. I was tired. I was burdened. And at that moment, it was God's calling for my life. And I surrendered there. I said, "My God, I don't want this life anymore. I can't take this life anymore." And at that moment, I started to become more interested in church things. Youth group. I joined the youth group. I started to participate. And I wanted the Holy Spirit. Because I heard, "He who does not have my spirit, that one is not mine." I said, I want to belong to God. And I need the Holy Spirit. And I wanted to help people. So, seeking the Holy Spirit, I received the Holy Spirit. And a great desire to help people was born. And I started helping in the church. I was called to become assistant of the church.
We enrolled in a course that the church had, called Fattered, a preparatory course for those who wanted to do the work as a pastor. I had a job. I had worked there since I was 14 years old. In São Cristóvão. I arrived there as an office boy, and I ended up working as the owner of the company. He trusted me a lot. In fact, I practically took care of everything. His personal life, payments. I worked directly with him. And at that time, I was doing very well. At 19 years old, and I already had a car. I already had everything. But I went to church every day. On Saturdays I stayed all day. I became responsible for the youth group, the church's youth group. And on Sundays, all day Sunday, I was also at church. And one day, I was called. Bishop Macedo called me to his office in Abalico and asked if I had the faith to leave everything behind. And I told him, I have faith. I'm ready. So you can quit your job. And I arrived at my job and spoke with the owner of the company. I'm going to leave the company because now I'm going to do God's work. I'm going to win souls. I want to be a pastor. He said, "No, you must be crazy. You have a future here at the company." And he took me to the company owner. And the owner said, "Look, what can I do to keep you from leaving? You can't do anything, because I've already made my decision. I'm going to do God's work. I'm going to win souls." And then, not satisfied with my decision, because I was a young man, 19 years old, they called my mother, and my mother confirmed my desire and approved of my wish. And they told her, "Look, it's not just him who has problems in his head. You do too. Because how can you abandon this job? This career he has. This future he has here at the company?" But it was the Holy Spirit. I remember when I officially left the company, I presented myself at the church. The bishop gave me directions. "You're going to Parana. Prepare everything." When I arrived there on the day for the trip, the bishop took me to the printing shop in Abalico, which was in the back, filled the car with the inventory, with books and everything, and said, "Look, things have changed. The wind has blown." It was the first experience of change I had in the church. He said, "You're not going to Parana anymore. You're going to Bahia." When I arrived in Salvador, at Rua do Tijolo, number 2, and introduced myself, I was told, "Look, you're going to stay here." It was a church. It was in the basement of a building. In Bahia, Salvador, it was very hot. I was responsible for closing it. I closed the church at night. And I slept alone. I was the only one in the church office. It was so hot. I don't know exactly how many degrees, but certainly more than 40 degrees. One night, I remember waking up. There was a mattress on me. And I woke up scratching, very itchy all over my body. And I turned on the light. When I turned on the light, there were so many cockroaches. Cockroaches everywhere. I was shocked because I didn't know. I hadn't seen anything like it before.